It's Halloween 2025, October 31st, 2025. It's about, it's not 5 p.m. yet. I'm going to get over to Sock Monkey's house, I hope, in time before Calvin, the Boston Terrierist, Jeff starts his live stream. They're going to be in costume, and I couldn't sit there and watch that at my house because following him is Sock Monkey's live stream, and I'm going to be in that. Kind of the roving camera guy and back and forth. We'll figure that out as we go. It'll be fun. So I need to get on over there because I am in, have a Halloween costume on. I'm in costume. And I figure as long as I'm in costume, I may as well ride through downtown. And I don't know how many people will be downtown on Halloween. I don't live in a huge town, 20,000. But if you watch my channel, you've seen our downtown. I spend some time down there, make some videos. Pretty cool place. It's undergone a revitalization over the last couple of decades or more. A lot of nice shops and restaurants and historic things, parks, places to see, things to do, you know. Halloween always reminds me of something from my past, childhood memory, I guess, or childhood nightmare. I've made a video before about it, maybe around Halloween last year, and it's about when I think I was maybe, I'm not even sure, probably about 7 or 8 years old, second grade, maybe in there. And we had a tradition. I went to school at Pettis High School, to class 1A school. At that time, about the next, about as small as you could get. In my graduating class, if I had stayed and graduated at Pettis and we had not moved, my graduating class was in the low 30s, like 32 people in the whole senior class, to give you some idea. So let's say it was second grade. All of second grade, they wore their Halloween costumes, and we went up to the high school, which is about, I don't know, a quarter mile away, something like that. We walked up there, and it was like a parade. And we went through all the classrooms of like the junior high and the high school. And during class, just a short interruption in their classroom, and paraded our Halloween costumes. And for weeks leading up to that, my mom had made me a costume, a really cool costume, and I was a tiger. She had gotten this orange and with a black striped tiger design material and sewed me a tiger suit. And this was like, you know, those full body pajamas with the footsies, and they go all the way up. It was that plus like a hood with a face. I mean, it was covered everything but my eyes and my mouth is covered in this tiger costume. And it was really cool. Well, for the tail, you got to train, so I have to talk loud for you to hear me maybe. Going under the train overpass. So for the tail, she used wooden spools, thread spools, and made this like a tube of the tiger material, just the right diameter, and apparently a little bit too long. I'll explain that in a minute. She made this like cylinder and then filled it with these wooden spools. And to give it form, you know, it wouldn't be like a flat tail, it would be like a round tail. Good idea. So we're doing that, going up there, everything's going fine. We're doing our parade, and my tail drags behind me. Probably the last foot of it or so drags on the ground, and right away, just almost right away. Some kids, some seventh grader, whatever, as I go by the aisle and the parade, he steps on my tail. And, you know, that kind of yanks, and you hear a little material rip, whatever. Oh, you know, and the teacher scolds him. It was a long time ago. I don't remember all the exact specifics. But this happened repeatedly. And now at the base of my tail, where it's attached to the body of this costume, it's got a rip. So my teacher, who's escorting the chaperone for this parade, tells me I need to pick my tail up and hold it. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I picked my tail up, reach around, pick my tail up, and I didn't bring it around this beside me. Nope. I pulled it up, reached back between my legs and grabbed my tail and pulled it up between my legs and try to paint a mental picture of this. Now my tiger tail is coming up from behind me, up between my legs. I'm holding it out in front of me with my hand, and we're walking down these aisles, was as a kid would be prone to do. I'm taking this tail and I'm swinging it around like a windmill. I'm swinging it back and forth and swinging it around in circles and I'm playing with my tail. And the kids just bust out laughing. And I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know that they're laughing at me. I haven't a clue. I mean, I'm just a little kid, and I guess a little naive, or what. It never occurred to me what I was doing, what they might be thinking, or how they would see it. So this doesn't go on very long. I don't, like I say, a long time ago, I don't remember the details. But my teacher, trying to hold back tears, tells me, you have to stop that. Something like that. And I'm like, stop what? What am I doing wrong? And I think she told me how to hold my tail and everything. And so that's not the end of the story. We made it through that somehow. I don't remember how it all ended or how the rest of it went, but I made it through, and my tail was still attached, and I did get to use my tiger outfit for Halloween. And so my mom had a beauty shop. She was a hairstylist. And back then they called it a beauty shop, a beauty salon. And I was hoping I would see some people going through downtown here and get some reactions to my Cousin Eddie outfit, but not many people downtown Brenham right now, or at least not out on the sidewalk. That's okay. So this intersection that I need to go through right up there is it's tricky, it's a little busy, and I'm going to go down here. So to get back to the story, when I got out of school and I would walk to my mom's beauty shop and hang out for a couple hours most days till she closed the beauty shop and we went home. And apparently a teacher, after school was out, a teacher beat me there. She must have had an appointment or something. And so when I walk into my mama's beauty shop, there's these, 3 or 4 ladies in there. And I've still got my tiger outfit on, right? It wasn't like I changed clothes. I wore that to school. I wore it all day and walked to the beauty, from the school to the beauty shop. It's probably, a mile and a half. And when I walk in the beauty shop, they all just bust out laughing. I thought they'd be impressed with my tiger outfit. Oh my, that is so beautiful. That's so grand. You're such a ferocious tiger. Nope. They're got tears rolling down. They're laughing so hard. And I have no idea why. I don't know what's going on. My mom told me later, why everybody thought it was so funny. So that's my tiger costume for Halloween story. It's cool. In the video I made before, I called it my most embarrassing moment, but really, that was how I titled it. But thinking about it, it wasn't my most embarrassing moment. I wasn't embarrassed. I wasn't smart enough to be embarrassed, or knowledgeable enough, or whatever. Seems like a different lifetime though. That would have been around let's say around 1967, 1968. Yep, that was probably October, and I don't know what day it was. You know, it was the last day of school before Halloween. And so it would have been late October 1968. I believe it was probably second grade, which would have been 68. You know, I need to start remembering. Oh, I want to show you something here. I was over here earlier today. This morning, the sock monkey and I were texting back and forth about a couple of things, and he mentioned that he had seen a lot of smoke back over this way. And, you know, he was busy putting up all the Halloween stuff, so he didn't come see what was going on. But what it was, you see that greenhouse right there? The little wood frame house with those old type shingles on it right there? That house burned. All the furniture is piled up out in the front. I guess the firemen drag it out to help. It helps with fighting the fire. It didn't burn to the ground. I don't know if you can see. There's char up above that window, and that window's busted out. I guess the firemen did that. I'm not sure, but it's pretty bad. And I don't know if anybody's even living in that house at the time. It looks like they were. It's got window units, and it was full of furniture. But their house caught fire. The fire department is right there. I'm going to say probably no more, maybe 300-400 feet away to the fire department. Sock Monkey said he saw the smoke and he didn't hear any sirens. Well, if they used the sirens, I think that's the reason. If they used the sirens, they only had to have the sirens going for maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds to get across the street, get out of the firehouse and get across the street, get parked. I guess they turned the sirens off when they reached the fire. That's probably why that house didn't burn to the ground. If it had been 15 minutes away from the fire station, it certainly would have been a lot more burned from the time the call was made until they arrived. So there's a lesson. Buy a house or build a house, try to do it close to the fire station. Or keep your smoke and fire detectors up to snuff, and CO2 detectors, and change the batteries when you're supposed to, and all of that. And maybe you can stop it in its incipient stages, and your house won't ever burn down. That's probably the best plan, right there. But you know, even with smoke alarms and fire alarms, whatever, you're not always home. Maybe the neighbors will hear it, and the call will get made sooner. I'm almost there. Let me shut these cameras down. I'm not almost there, but I don't ever take video along the path, the route to the sock monkey's house, all the way to it. I do it within a half a mile to a mile out. I shut him off because he doesn't want people. And you know, it's just the right thing to do. All right.